Hello everybody and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be showing you how to convert traditional Unity game objects into entities which can be used with the new entity component system. I'm going to be showing you how to do this both through the Unity editor as well as through code. If you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button, and you also might be interested in the tutorial video that I just made where I actually recreated the classic Unity rollerball tutorial using dots and ECS. I think that video does a good job at showing how the concepts of this video apply to the overall picture of a full game project. Also, feel free to subscribe to the channel for lots more videos on the entity component system and data-oriented technology stack. Of course, if you have any questions for me or suggestions for future videos, feel free to leave those down in the comment section below. But let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so here I am over in Unity. I'm using version 2019.3, and at the time of recording, Dots is still in the preview phases, so I do need to include some preview packages. So just be sure to install these preview packages if you'd like to follow along with this video. So the first thing that we're going to do is just create some traditional game objects. So the first thing we want is a plane, and then after that, I'm also going to add in a sphere. And we can just go ahead and raise this sphere up a little bit off the ground. Now on this sphere, I'm just going to go ahead and add a regular rigid body component to it. And so if we go into play mode, the standard game objects will start interacting as expected. So the sphere just drops right down to the ground and lands on the plane. Now, in order to convert this sphere into an entity, all we can do is just go to the add component here, and then we're going to add in the convert to entity component. Right now we'll have the conversion mode set to convert and destroy. And basically what's going to happen now is it's going to convert all these components here from mono behavior components into the new dots data components. So for example, on the transform here, the position, rotation, and scale are actually going to be separated out into different components. So the position is actually called translation. Rotation is still called rotation. But then we have things like the sphere collider, which will turn into a physics shape, and then the rigid body, which turns into a physics body. If we wanted, we could actually remove the rigid body and sphere collider components and add in the actual physics body and physics shape components. But we're just gonna go ahead and leave these as the sphere collider and rigid body components now. So now when we go to the play mode, you're gonna notice a few interesting things happen here. Of course, we have the sphere in the scene hierarchy. However, when we actually enter play mode, it disappears from the scene hierarchy. But I just paused the scene here, and you'll see that the sphere is still within the scene. So what does that mean? Where is it? Well, if we want to kind of see it, we can go up to Window, Analysis, and open our Entity Debugger. And I just like to dock this right next to the console here. And you'll see that the sphere is an entity showing up within our entity debugger. So we'll just exit out of play mode here. Now, the reason the sphere dropped right through the floor is because everything on the sphere was converted to the entity data components, and those cannot interact with the standard game object components. So we'll also need to convert this plane to an entity. So of course we can just add the convert to entity component. And now when we hit play, you'll see that the sphere drops right to the ground and lands on the plane just as we'd like to. Now you'll notice that on the conversion mode, there's another option for convert and inject game object. And I'm just gonna demonstrate what happens when we do that right now. So I set that on the sphere. So now when we go into the play mode here, you'll see that the sphere will still drop. However, you notice that there's two spheres now. So we have this sphere, which actually was the one that dropped through the floor. So this is the game object, and the game object dropped through the floor again because this plane is now an entity. So the game object is falling. However, this sphere here is the entity, and that landed on the entity of the plane. And you'll see that down in our entity debugger, we have both the plane as well as the sphere. Now, for the most part, you're gonna wanna keep the conversion mode set to convert and destroy. However, there are some cases where you might want to do convert and inject game object. One reason that I can think of is maybe you can have that game object completely mimic the transform of the entity, and then you can have some certain objects maybe follow that game object. But there are probably some better ways to accomplish that other than doing the convert and inject game object. However, if you do have any examples of good use cases for the convert and inject game object, please let me know in the comment section below. I'd be interested to hear that. So now I'm going to be showing you how to convert a game object to an entity through code, and I'm going to be doing this on the plain game object here. So first thing we're going to do is just go ahead and remove the convert to entity component. Then I'm going to go ahead and create an empty game object, just center it here, and this can just be our game manager. On here, I'm just going to add a component called plain to ent, and we'll just go ahead and open that up in our IDE. Now the coding in here is going to get a little bit wordy, but just follow along. I'll do my best to try and explain everything. It's not too complicated what's actually happening, but again, we're just kind of using some big words to do things here. So first we're going to include a library. So I'm just going to say using unity.entities. Now we can just go ahead and clear out everything within here. And the first thing that we're going to need is a public reference to the game object of the plane, which we can just call plain go. Next, we're going to do a private entity, and this is going to be a reference to the plain entity here. And then the last private variable we're going to need is a blob asset store, which we can just call blob asset store. Now here we're going to set up an awake function, and the first thing we're going to do is initialize our blob asset store. So we'll set this equal to a new blob asset store. And the blob asset store is just something that we need to set up the game conversion settings. So we're going to go ahead and set those up now. So we're just going to do game conversion settings, which we'll just call settings, and we can set this equal to GameObject conversion settings dot from world, and here we pass in the destination world. In this case, it's going to be world dot default GameObject injection world, and then now we just need to pass in our blob asset store, just like that. And once we have the settings, we can actually go ahead and convert our game object to an entity. So we'll just do plain ENT, so we have a reference to the entity after this. And we'll be using the GameObject conversion utility with the convert GameObject hierarchy function. Now here is where we just pass in the game object. So this is going to be, of course, our plain go. And then next we just need to pass in our GameObject conversion settings, which we called settings. And that's basically all we need to do to convert our game object to an entity. One other thing that we would like to do is actually just go ahead and destroy the plain game object, so we no longer have that game object within our scene. If you wanted basically the equivalent of the convert and inject game object, you can just go ahead and leave out this destroy call. And then one final thing that we need to do is we need to make an onDestroy function. And what we need to do is actually on our blob asset store, we need to call the dispose function. Otherwise, we're going to get some errors because that blob asset store is going to be left over from the previous simulation. So basically just when this one wraps up, we just need to go ahead and dispose that blob asset store and come back to Unity here. Now on our game manager, we'll just drag in this plain game object to the plane here. Once again, if we go back to the plane, you'll see that we no longer have the convert and destroy component here. So we'll just hit play, and then both the sphere and the plane should be converted to entities, and the sphere just drops right onto the plane just like that. And you'll see down in the entity debugger, we of course have the sphere, and entity 0, this is actually the plane. We can tell just based off of the components here, you'll see that it has like a physics collider. This entity 2 here is just a reference to the world time. And so that is how you can convert traditional game objects into entities using both the Unity editor as well as through code. Once again, if you found this video helpful, make sure you hit that like button, and feel free to check out that Unity rollerball tutorial that I made if you'd like to see how these concepts apply to the bigger picture of an overall game project. Of course, if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, feel free to leave those down in the comment section below. But I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.